Welcome everyone. Welcome to day 4 of Microsoft Excel 30 days challenge. Today I am going to introduce you one of the best topics in Microsoft Excel. In last class we have discussed about if clause and different methods of writing the if clause by using and or we have discussed about it. Now I have come up with a much different set of formulas which help you to analyze the data in a much finer way. So the topics which we have discussed in the last class is all about writing the conditional clauses. And here I have few questions with me. And today the whole session will be finding out the answers for all these questions in a much better and easier way. Suppose as you can see what is the total sale from so and so location. Suppose if I wanted to know total sale from Agra location, I can just go to this column named location. I can use this filter option. I can select this out and I can select only Agra and I can click this. If I do that, if I scroll down, I can see what and all the total sales from Agra location. So this is what I want it here. And at the same time, what is the maximum sale from so and so location? So I can go here. I can just sort the sale from largest to the smallest. So this is the maximum sale. What is the minimum sale from Agra location? For example, already it is filtered by Agra in this location column. You can go to the sales column again. You can tab this smallest to the largest. So this is the smallest sale. But see what happens is, suppose you are in this sheet, if you wanted to see all the solutions to all these questions, you can do so. But imagine there are like these many sheets are there, as you can see. So imagine there are 10 sheets. You are working with some important piece of data in some other sheet. Suppose you wanted to get the information about data table. This is data table as we have named it, right? As you can see it here. We name it data table. Okay, table already exists with. So I'm naming this as D1. So I'm naming this as D. So now, suppose I'm working in some other table with some other piece of information. So I just wanted to retrieve answers for these kind of questions. Now how should I get the data from this table? So type equal to, type sum ifs here, open the braces. As you can see, sum range is there. Here the sum range is sales column because we want the total of the sales, right? So I am selecting that sales column. And here it is asking us to give criteria range. First of all, let us learn what does it mean by criteria. So criteria means by using which thing we wanted to filter the data. Here by Agra we wanted to filter the data, right? By Agra is in which column? It is in the location column. So I just select the location, whole location column. And what is the criteria here? In the previous instance, we wrote criteria range. So Agra is from this column. So that's why we selected the whole column. Here we have to write the criteria. Here criteria is Agra. We wanted to see total sales from Agra location. So that's why we have written the formula like this. I'll explain it in much simpler way. See, as and when you write the formula like this, what Excel do is, it will just copy this figure. It will check that figure in location column, and based on that it will filter the location column. Then it will add all the corresponding sales value and it will give you the answer. This is what the internal functionality in the Excel works. So if you press OK, this is what the total sale from Agra location. If you wanted to check, you can go here, select Agra, you can go down, see this is the sale, the same answer we have got. We are in the same sheet, so we could easily able to check that. Suppose if we are working in some other sheet also, the same answer comes, there is no problem, we can use it across the different sheets. Suppose come to the next question. What is the maximum sale from Agra location? So here also same thing works, but instead of writing the sum ifs, we can change this formula. So just I am copying the initial formula and pasting it here. Instead of sum, I put the word max here. I'm putting the I'm just also adding equal to before it. So now you can see what is the maximum sale from Agra location. What it does is it usually takes the word Agra and checks it in the location. It filters the location by using this Agra, and then it takes all the sales. From those sales, it will pick the maximum sale and it will give you. So this is how the internal functionality works. See here, the maximum value from Agra location is 245635. As you can see, you can go and sort the data from largest to the smallest. You can see this is the maximum sale 245635. So now come here, also same thing works. Go here, copy paste it. Here instead of writing max, if you write min, it will give minimum sale from Agra location. So press OK. So this is how it works. But when it comes to the last question, what is the last question? How many transactions have happened in a particular location? This is what it is asking. That means here it is not asking the total. It is asking the count. How many? It is not how much. It is how many. So as you can see, I'm pressing enter here. I write the formula count if s. So here the syntax of the formula is much different. Now what I have to do is, here it is asking me the criteria range. I have already explained you what does it mean by criteria. Here our criteria is Agra. So criteria range, where does the criteria lies? In the location column, right? I am selecting the whole location. I'm just pressing the comma. Then what is our criteria? Agra. Just give it. So how simple it is. As you can see, there are 34 entries. See. So our the formulas which we wrote are matching with the table constraint. So what and all the table is showing us. So deal is deal. So the next thing is, I just wanted to make your work further simplified, but at the same time further interesting. As you can see, we're just looking into the formula. So here we have hard coded the value, like we have written the word Agra. Here, while writing the word Agra, we have to take very careful. We should be very careful while writing the word Agra, because if you make any spelling mistakes, there is a possibility that instead of Agra, if you write EAG, EAR, Agar, so it cannot fetch the data from here, because in location column there is no value. There is nothing called as AZAR. There is something called as AZRA. So instead of that, if you make any spelling mistakes, you cannot fetch the data. So what I suggest you is, instead of writing the value hard coded like this, you can just give any cell as a reference. Any cell, you can give any cell as a reference. So here I am giving M2 as a reference instead of writing Agra. Now see what happens. Now see what happens. So in this formula also I'll do like that. Instead of writing value, I'll just giving the value hardcode. I'll just giving the cell reference. So as and when I gave a reference, you can observe on the screen, everything is becoming 0. So I'll explain it. First let me make them. So I'll explain it. So here what happening is, first of all, it goes into M2. In the previous instant, what it does is, we have written a word, it picked that word, Excel picked that word, it has checked it in location and it filtered it by location, then it added all the sales from that particular location. So this is what it has happened. But here now we have written M2. So in M2 nothing is there. So it is showing us 0. Suppose if you go to this M2 and if you type Delhi here, automatically see everything. So it has given the total sale from Delhi location. It has given the maximum sale from Delhi location. It has given the minimum sale from Delhi location. At the same time, in Delhi location, 40 transactions have happened. Now instead of Delhi, I write Chennai here. So it automatically gave you what and all the city you type in this particular location, as far as this should be in this in location column. So I type Agra here. So whatever you type, the Excel will fetch that data. So what happens is internally, whatever is there in M2, it will just put it in this column and it will just filter that, and after filtering it will add all the sales and it will give it here. In the same way, while calculating the maximum, the process is same, but instead of adding up all the sales, it will take the maximum and it'll give it the maximum value here. The same goes for the minimum, but instead of maximum it gives the minimum here. So for only for the count, it goes on counting the number of rows. Instead of adding or giving the maximum or minimum, it gives you number of rows present. So I have another trick for you, another important trick for you. So instead of, suppose there is something called as Pune. I don't think so. Pune is there. Yes, it is there. So instead of Pune, if I write PENU, it will give 0. So there are many instances, there are many chances that a people may commit mistake, right? So what I suggest you is just copy all the data from location column. Just remove the filter. Copy all the data from location column. Go to any sheet you like. Paste it here. And then what you have to do is go to the data column, data tab. Go to remove duplicates option. It is beside the text to column option. Go to remove duplicates. It will show you one interface and go press OK here. All the duplicate values will be removed. That means suppose as you can see here in our original table, Vadodara, Rajkot, Pune, they appeared number of times, right? But if we remove duplicate, they appear only one time. So this is what it happens. So you can go to the original sheet, navigate to the top of the sheet. So now you have given M2 as a reference, right? Go to cell M2. This is the cell M2. I have given reference. So go to data, data validation. So here any value is there, right? Instead of any value, click this drop down, select list here. And here it is source is there, right? Instead of source, you can go to that sheet where you have removed the duplicates for all your locations. You can select those values, select them all and click OK. So now what happens? See the magic here. If you click this drop down, if you can select any one of these things, all the formulas will auto reflect. That is, if you select the Chandigarh, you can see the total sale from Chandigarh, maximum sale from Chandigarh, minimum sale from Chandigarh, and at the same time number of transactions happened in the Chandigarh. And at the same time, if you click Guwahati here, you can see maximum sale, minimum sale, number of transactions that has happened in Guwahati. So this is a single layer of filtering. Suppose we have, imagine you have filtered only using one criteria. You have filtered just by using location as a criteria. Suppose you can implement multiple filtering to this. It goes like this. In Guwahati location, what if, suppose in Guwahati location, what if I wanted to see maximum sale from Samsung brand? In Guwahati location, what if I wanted to see total sale from Blue Star? So how it goes? So I'll tell you multiple filtering criteria in our upcoming classes so that you won't get confused. So thanks for bearing with me. Practice this once again so that you can gain good grip on this. These are the formulas. It seems very tough at the beginning, but as and you go on practicing, they'll be very easy for you. So thank you very much for listening. Have a great day.